says Anthony and Rachel.
Anthony and Rachel?
Yeah. Well, it is September 3rd. You do have the right date, so that's good.
Well, we can fix that.
Oh, it says Anthony eats spam.
Ah.
That was from last time when you streamed with Anthony, and he actually ate spam on camera, which was kind of crazy.
That was the most hysterical thing I've ever seen.
I hope you guys got to see our first edition of Fear Factor today. Should we say what our name are?
Yeah, I'm just fixing this.
Oh, okay, because he's Chris, and he cannot shift gears for me.
Okay.
Do it. You here? You present?
I'm present.
All right.
How's everybody doing? I'm Joe.
And I'm Rachel.
And we're Two Crazy Ketos. And here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos, and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics. And then every Monday, we sit down right here on this bench just to talk about what's going on in our lives for the week.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com. And that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon in that way. Every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it.
Well, I was going to say, I forgot to ask to give us a thumbs up that you actually can hear.
Hopefully.
But I see people saying they watch the Fear Factor, so I'm assuming it.
Yes.
But everybody, please do me a favor, hit the like button on this video. Go in, if you're on a mobile device, just exit out of the chat. Go and hit that little like button. It really helps share our channel. It helps the YouTube algorithms. It helps YouTube tell everybody about us.
Who are those crazy people?
Who are those crazy people?
Who are those crazy people eating Vienna sausages in an atmosphere where it's so hot, there's not any goo in it. There's just water.
Let's see who's in here real quick. So Stephanie is here.
Hey, Stephanie.
April is here. Lisa's here. Everybody's saying happy birthday to you.
Thank you. And I'm wearing my Keto Chow shirt because my sister from another mister, Miss Miriam, is also
today is her birthday as well.
A September 3rd baby. So let's sing happy birthday to her.
We will. Let me say hello to everybody who's in here first. So Constance is here. Chris is here.
Constance.
Shanta. Miss Kim is here. Karen is here. I said happy birthday, Rachel. Hope you had a wonderful day and a blessed day.
Awesome.
Gail is here. Formy Boys is here. Shauna is here. Vicky is here.
Thank
Brianna is
you.
here. Jasmine is here. Said hello to KK family. I'm new to the channel. I've just begun my keto journey a few months ago.
Well, welcome.
Your videos are very helpful and give me the motivation to keep going. Thank you for all that you do. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
Tara is here.
Speaking of Miss Tara, before we go on any further, I got the most beautiful birthday present today from Miss Tara. She's got beautiful kitty cats on her card, and she says, so excited to hear about your camping adventures. I've included a few camping essentials to make your trip even more fun. Every picnic table should have a tablecloth because you never know what wild animal has parked their butt where you're eating. And
look, the green's not showing up in the green screen.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Cool. That's
because it's got a green screen. But yes, oh my gosh, I feel the exact same way. The only thing that I'm like, we have to have is a picnic table cover.
Yep.
And she says, but you don't want the wind stealing your table protector, so use the clips to secure it. Yes.
Funny thing about these clips, we drove all the way to Gander Mountain just to get these because they're very difficult to find.
They're so hard to find, and we got some, and I was just using a tarp for us to sit on, but I told Joe, I said we should have gotten 2 packages of those clips because we don't have enough to cover the tabletop and also where you're sitting, because let me tell you, some of the animals had done a number on where you're sitting, not just where you were eating. So this is so awesome. You were reading my mind. Campfires are fun, but they take yours up a notch and enjoy some colored fire. And oh my gosh,
Rachel loves this stuff.
How did you know? This is like my favorite thing, but I didn't have the excuse anymore because of like no kids. That I was like, I don't think that I can use the colored fire anymore. But you got me colored fire, so thank you, Tara. I am so excited about that, and we're going to use that this coming weekend.
We're going this weekend.
Yeah.
Yep. So let's see. Christy Roberts said happy birthday, blessings, and wishing a fabulous year. Constance said she had to switch from her phone to the computer and get comfy. Angela's here. Keith is here.
Hello.
He said he requires a 4-star hotel. Fresh, she said, Joe, I like camping chairs. What's the brand? The chairs that we have were just like chairs that I've had for years.
I think Walmart or Costco.
I don't remember. No, I don't even remember where I got them. But there are a couple. Rachel found a hammock chair.
Hammock chair at camping at I think it was Gander. That I want to call it Gander Mountain, but I think it's called something else now.
I think it's called Gander RV, but it is Gander. It's like Gander RV, Camping World. They're all like one company. They're all under like the Good Sam's deal.
Yeah. So, and they had a camping chair that folded out just like a regular chair, but it had
a rocking on it.
A rocking element to it. And some of the other rocking chairs that I saw that were like folding, there was no rock.
Oh, that was at...
They weren't working right.
That was at Camping World. It's kind of weird. Like Camping World... I found like they have more RV stuff. Gander RV has more camping stuff. It makes no sense. And they're not close to each other. They're about 75 miles apart.
You could decorate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet in that caution orange.
Yeah.
If you were so inclined. I've never looked good in that color. That's why the 80s were so rough on me, because safety green and that caution orange did not look good on me.
So Shauna said, still don't know why we feed those nasty Vienna sausages to babies. You're so cute. Have this nasty stack.
Oh my gosh. So that was so fun. It was so interesting to me because people were like, wow, you guys were really hamming it up. And it was like, no.
Yeah, somebody sent us a message like, wow, you guys were acting good.
Us.
I'm like,
no,
we weren't acting.
We were absolutely like, please don't. And
I don't think you really got, we're going to have to do a round 2 because I don't really think I did the corned beef. I didn't do it right for you.
I don't think it was
it's supposed to be really crispy, and I didn't. We were in a rush because we were like packing up. It wasn't crispy enough, and a lot of people are suggesting we mix it with cauliflower rice. So you're gonna have to give it one more go.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like you got 2 tries.
You're gonna have to give it one more.
You want to cook it one more time?
One more time. We have another can, we don't have another can of Spam since Anthony ate it.
Yes, but I was so blown away, guys. You know how much I was harping that I thought Spam was gonna be the grossest thing ever. And I was so amazed that it actually tasted good.
And based on everyone's recommendations, we're gonna get the low sodium one and give that one a shot, because my biggest complaint with Spam was it was way too salty for me. Not a good salt. It was way too salty. I didn't
think it was too salty, but
I think the salt took away from the flavor.
But I am willing to try it because it was delightful. And cooking it on the stick. The wood makes it good, Kenny Rogers.
It the other way. Amy said, Rachel, I'm so proud of you for eating all of that.
It was crazy, right? Like, I mean, my brother probably ate his weight in Vienna sausages growing up.
Ugh. Tara said, Hungry Heath, you and your bride would love camping with me. No fear factor whatsoever, just lots of meat.
No, I'm telling you, I want to go with Tara because I think she knows exactly the perfect way to hike, the perfect way to pack. And I tell you, right from the get-go, she has got a tent that has a hammock element. You know, it's really a hammock.
Right.
And it also has space for your fur baby, too. That was amazing.
We've seen some of those things. We love watching those things on YouTube all the time of, like, the coolest camping gadgets ever. A lot of them, like, cost a fortune.
I know. There's a lot of cool stuff out there, though. I just love the ingenuity, don't you? Like, somebody's like... It takes going camping where you're like, I've got to solve this problem. I don't want to have to deal with this a second time. And I think that the innovation in mosquito technology, I know why we're putting that as like a priority.
I am going backwards here just because I'm trying to like make sure we don't miss anything like as far as chat.
Family.
Now, if you do have something you really want us to notice, you can always use the little donate button down on the bottom for the super chats, and that will highlight your chat.
Beautiful. Right, family. And Elizabeth, hello, Elizabeth. How did baby doctor appointment go? I'm interested to see. Did you know that I'm taking their baby?
I did not know that.
I'm taking it because you know it's going to be gorgeous.
Okay, so Heath said, after watching your camping fear factor, you further convinced me camping is not for me.
You saw all the sweat, right? We were
It was pretty hot.
Wet.
Okay, so Yvonne said, I saw it and you were both killing me with all your faces and eating all of that canned meat.
There's a lot of stuff out there. Do you ever drive into a neighborhood that you've never been in before? Like maybe you have to go to some store and all of a sudden you're in a neighborhood and you're like, I didn't even know this place existed. And for somebody, this is where they go to every day. That's how I felt with some of those meats. It's like I'd never driven into potted meat territory before, and all of a sudden I'm like, man, this is part of some people's childhoods.
I really feel like we're gonna have to do some of that one again as well, because a lot of people said you need to mix that with mayo, and it's really good.
What?
That was a lot of the comments. A lot of the comments said you need
potted meat.
Mix the potted meat with mayo.
I don't think anything was helping that.
I'm just telling you what a lot of things said.
You could mix it with Joe's mayo and chocolate sauce and top it with just made keto icing, and I don't think it would help.
Brianna said, my idea of roughing is getting a hotel room that doesn't face the beach.
I got to tell you, though, I could not go back to no air conditioning.
Yeah, she's
like,
really...
we made that clear.
I'm like, we're 6 months, probably
don't
closer
waste
to
the mayo.
a year.
Shelly's got it. She says, don't waste the mayo on
We
that
are
potted
6
meat.
months to probably closer to a year to, like, trading this in for an actual, like, I found that the perfect size for us would be a 20-foot travel trailer.
It's got to fit on the side of the house.
It's got to fit down the side of the house, but I'm not talking about length. We need width. We can't go a lot wider than 8 feet. But Rachel keeps looking at videos. I'm like, we're a year away. Stop looking at videos of these things.
Well, I mean, I'm also eyeing your kidney, because I'm like, we're going to have to sell that in order to, like, pay for it.
Oh, my gosh. So,
Rachel's here. Hello, Rachel.
Tara said, did you try the Picaridin or whatever, however, from Mosquito Soy Brand is the best? Yes. So we bought 2 kinds. I bought the spray that you spray on your clothing and your tent, and then we bought the lotion.
The lotion.
I picked up the lotion at
what was it called?
Bass Pro Shops. It's the Sawyer brand lotion.
Okay.
I picked it up. Rachel's like, put it back. It's $45. I'm like,
Thankfully,
I started
he
researching, and then I looked on Amazon. It was $45 on Amazon. It was $45 in Target. I'm like, I am getting this because Rachel attracts mosquitoes.
I do.
And honestly, I mean,
not men or money, but mosquitoes.
I mean, Central and South Florida in the summer is like mosquito heaven.
It's bad.
And you would get up in the morning, walk out of the camper,
dead, and
there were mosquitoes everywhere. And one would fly on, and you immediately put that lotion on, and they didn't bother us the entire day. That stuff really did last 14 hours. And you don't need a lot.
I think that everybody needs it, even for like hurricane season too.
Yeah.
Because that is something that makes hurricane season really miserable too, is if you lose your power and you're stuck outside, the mosquitoes don't know.
Yeah.
The mosquitoes don't know that you're stuck outside. They're just like eating on ya.
So Diaz said, hard pass on Spam and potted meat, but I can eat the Vienna sausages.
Miriam is here. Let's sing happy birthday.
Okay, we can sing happy birthday now.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Miriam. Happy birthday to you and many more. She's a baby girl, though. She's much younger than I am. She's a baby.
Chris said, everyone remember to like the video if you're on mobile. Thank
Finally,
you very much,
21,
Chris.
Miriam. Finally.
He said, just think with all the money spent on that horrid canned meat, you could have bought a steak instead.
You are so right, Heath.
Actually, no.
We need to make better choices.
The one that was surprising to me was Spam. Spam used to be like something like when you didn't have a lot of money, and it was $3.87. The pot of meat was less than $1. No, the Spam was $3.87 because I remember going to Walmart to get the second can of Spam.
I was taken in by that potted meat because that was 70 cents that I could be purchasing something in 1952 with.
The Walmart sold the Spam for $1 less, but I was still shocked by the price of that stuff.
I want to see who's going to be ballsy enough to take it to the front and price match it. Hey, I think I can get this potted meat cheaper. Will you price adjust this potted meat can?
So Christy Roberts said, when I was in Florida, I found out about neosums. Oh my gosh, they're worse than chiggers.
No-see-ums. You're right. No-see-ums are exactly that. They are hateful, biting bugs that swarm you, but you can't see them.
Oh, okay.
It's like the Hollow Man of bugs. You can't see them, but they've already eaten you.
Chris said, we're here to have Miriam's birthday dinner.
Yay! Well, you need to get out of here.
Oh, James, man, I thought I liked you. James said potted meat scrambled with eggs is very tasty.
Maybe we're doing it wrong. Is there a brand? We got the Goya brand, I think, of potted meat.
I just...
You know what blew me away? I thought Vienna sausage was a brand. I really did. I thought Vienna sausage was like Spam is a brand. I thought Vienna sausage was a brand.
So Tara said, camping in the heat is not fun. I was in the 90s when I backpacked Grand Island and I actually dove into the icy Lake Superior to cool off a few times.
Yeah, it really helps me to have water. That was what made last week so nice was, yes, it was like 90 degrees, and when we were out of the water, we were like sweating our butts off. But then you would jump in or go kayaking, and it was 72-degree water everywhere. So it was delightful. When we went kayaking this week with our new tandem kayak that we got from OfferUp, which again, if you guys need something before you purchase new, check out OfferUp. They have so many great deals out there. We actually got our tandem kayak for less than we paid for the single rider. It was amazing. What did we pay for that tandem? Like $250.
I paid $250 for the tandem, and I sold my
one person
10-year-old, maybe 9-year-old, one-person fishing kayak for $350.
Now, obviously, when you have a tandem kayak, it's heavier and it's more bulky, so maybe that's why people like the single rider better. Single rider line is always better at an amusement park. But yeah, for that was way cheaper than anything we could find online, even inflatable, and I definitely didn't want an inflatable
So somebody had asked about that lotion. They do have it on Amazon. This is a small bottle, but this is what it is.
Yeah, just so you can see the brands.
It's a Picaridin insect repellent lotion, and it lasts for 14 hours. And it goes on like body lotion. You don't need a lot, just stink. Like a little tiny drop, and it does not smell.
Stink. It actually smelled nice, and you know how it is. Even like Skin So Soft, because years ago my mother like sold Avon, and so we would get Skin So Soft. And number one, I'm not certain that it actually worked because I still got bit up. And second of all, it was like icy hot. Skin So Soft, you couldn't get within 50 yards of somebody with that on. I mean, it's so like strong.
Okay, so let's see. Chris said, "Yo, dog, I got dozens of dollars." Tara said, "Hey, Miriam, looking for a good vacation spot in December." Cara said, "Good evening, folks. Grew up with Spam for lunch, fried cold Spam salad sandwiches."
I'm starting to think.
I can do it cold.
Well, I'm starting to think that it's where it's at. Like it's right up there with bologna. And you guys, I bought bologna because of.
I was wondering what that bologna was
because of our last, one before last live stream when we were talking about fried bologna, and I was like, okay, now I've got to have some bologna. But I went to buy the all beef bologna.
Couldn't find it?
No, I could find it. I couldn't afford it. Beef bologna? Oh my Lord, I had to get the lips and buttholes one. The pork and lamb and whoever else, stray cats. I mean.
Speaking of Christ, so.
I couldn't afford, the beef bologna was like $5.84.
I could not believe the price today.
For like this much.
We were supposed to go out to Texas Roadhouse because Chris and Miriam gave Rachel a gift card for Texas Roadhouse. We were going to go, but our Texas Roadhouse doesn't open until 4 o'clock.
So we said, well,
so
we'll go tomorrow.
I was like, well, I don't really want to go at 4 o'clock because then we're in a rush for the live stream.
And then I got to put my pants back on, but I'm not going to be able to get my pants back on.
And Rachel really wanted to do, she wants ice cream. She wants Rebel ice cream, which remind me at 9 o'clock to go take it out of the freezer.
Right.
So she really wanted the Rebel ice cream. I'm like, well, I don't know, prime rib and a pint of Rebel ice cream for your birthday. Woman. You're kind of pushing it. So I said, well, we're going to do burgers. But instead of just making frozen burgers, I'm going to go get some fresh ground beef. At least that was the reason I was telling her I was leaving the house. Now, I did actually go to Winn-Dixie, and I was shocked to see the ground beef was $9.99 a pound.
What is up?
And, I mean, it's been so long since we bought ground beef because we were buying ground beef like right when COVID started hitting, and I was running to Walmart buying the 10-pound tubes for $20, and we bought like 6 of them. So we've had a lot of ground beef, but everything is frozen, and we are running low. But I was shocked at the cost. Then I went to Costco, no burgers. And I went to Publix, and they wanted $7.99 a pound for ground beef. And I'm like, I'm not paying that.
Well, because a couple of weeks ago...
But, of course, going out getting fresh ground beef was really a ploy. That wasn't really why it was what I needed to do, but I could have done it with what I had. That was just an excuse to get out of the house.
The boys went in on a new bicycle for me. I got a brand new bicycle. Because when we went camping, I don't know if you have a picture of our new bike.
I have a picture. So let me show you. So this is what we had for dinner, by the way. So for dinner, I made 2 of the burgers that Rachel really likes.
Those are my favorite.
The bacon cheddar burgers from Sam's Club. We topped them with onions and peppers that were cooked in the bacon grease. Everything was done on the Blackstone.
I feel like Chris knows all the good stuff because Chris is the one that told us about loaded broccoli at Texas Roadhouse, and I believe it was Chris that told us about these burgers to begin with.
Okay.
Thank you, Chris.
So back to what we were eating. So then we had one of those sausages from Sam's Club. It's like a cheddar stuffed kielbasa sausage.
Which were really good.
And a couple slices of our bacon. And in the middle is one of our cheddar bay garlic biscuits. We haven't had one of those in a long time.
And it was really yummy. Yeah. It had been a long time since I'd had a mug cake, a mug bread.
Right.
I loved it.
So that's what we had for dinner. And then after the live stream, we have the cherry chip and the cookies and cream Rebel ice cream, which Rachel, we had that cookies and cream
really good.
When we were camping. We found a Publix right down the street, and I ran out and I got her some one night, and we've never had that one before. That one is really good. If you like junk in your ice cream,
I like junk in my ice cream.
Every single bite has a lot of it.
What is your favorite flavor of ice cream? If you guys have a favorite Rebel or Killer Creamery or anything. What's
like
your favorite
the Enlightened bars where it's the chocolate with the nuts on the outside, but you can't ever find them in the stores.
Huh. Okay.
Okay, so we went camping.
My bicycle.
And Rachel, everybody knew that bicycle she had. She had the Margaritaville bicycle. It was a nice little cruising bicycle.
Loved it, except for that was for Florida, totally flat. But in Apopka, in Orlando area, there's hills.
It's funny because you forget living down here in South Florida where the only hill in all of South Florida is the garbage dump. That when you get up to not so much central, but just north of central Florida, there's a lot of hills. I mean, it's not like hills like Tennessee hills, but it did remind me of growing up in upstate New York, like lots of hills going up and down. And all throughout the park, it felt like you were only ever going uphill. Like you would go downhill, but then I felt like no matter what we were doing, we always had to paddle uphill in both directions.
Yeah.
And it was funny.
We found our parents' route to school.
Yeah.
It's uphill both ways. Both of them. But
so
Joe has a mountainy bike. My bicycle is really like for fun. So when I would go down those hills, I was like, oh dear Lord, I'm about to die.
She's got the old-fashioned like rubber brakes that grip the tire.
All you could hear was me coming behind Joe like, I felt like Chris Farley in Black Sheep where he's just tumbling down the hill. Like I thought, I know I'm going to die with a weird obituary, but like, okay, so this is it. This is the story.
The funny part was one time we decided they have these trails that are for like biking and for hiking.
My bike was
they're not like really hard mountain bike trails. They're
hard enough.
But most bikes can go on it. And Rachel's trying to take a beach cruiser through it.
My Mary Poppins bike, no.
But then the problem was going uphill, like the gears. And Rachel was like, I'm just gonna walk. I'm not even gonna try it. I'm just gonna walk.
I was gonna tie my bike behind the car and just tow it.
So I said to her, like, we need to get you a new bicycle. If we're gonna do this a lot, we're bringing our bicycles. We need to get you a new bicycle.
Find a bicycle right now.
But try to find a bicycle right now.
What's happening?
All of the bike shops within like 50 miles of me are sold out. I called like Trek bicycle stores. There's like 5 of them within like 5 miles of our house. They all said, you want a Trek bicycle? I'm like, yeah, I want a low end, like just a hybrid bicycle, just something mostly she's going to use on the road that she can take off road once in a while, but I want disc brakes and it's got to have gears. That's what I want. And they're like, place your order now, you'll get it in March. That's what every one of them told me.
So I had no idea he was getting a bike. I'm glad that you did. Before he leaves, he's like, I'm going to go get some hamburger and then let me measure your leg from your crotch to your foot. And I was like, that's a weird combination, hamburger and I thought, are you buying a coffin?
All of the bike dealers are telling me, like, you need to bring her in. I'm like, you don't understand my wife. This is a birthday present. If she finds out I'm buying her a higher end bicycle than something they sell at Walmart,
that's right.
She is going to kill me.
Yes.
She won't kill me if I bring it home because she's going to cry. But if I bring her, she's going to be like, no, and come up with every excuse. But the bottom line is a lot of the Walmart bikes, they're garbage.
They are.
They're using like not such great parts now, and even the Walmart bikes are ridiculously expensive. I mean, the bicycle that she had, we paid $130 for. Did
you show them the bike?
Not yet. They're selling it right now used on OfferUp for $300. The one we paid $130 for.
Amazing.
So I had to drive all the way to Miami to get this bicycle, and then I found it, and it's last year's model, so I got a good deal on it.
Good.
But then they have to do the tune-up, and meanwhile, I'm going, she's about to call me any minute now. She's going to call me like, where am I?
A farm?
Because it was supposed to be 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back, 15 minutes to shop. Well, it took them an hour to give it the tune-up and add a basket and all that kind of stuff. Crazy. So this is what she ended up getting. It's the Trek, I forgot what it starts with a V.
It's got a basket, that's all I know.
I put a basket on it. But it's like kind of like an entry level. It's not like...
I'm not trying to...
It's a hybrid bicycle.
What was that 80s bicycle movie? Does anybody know? There was an 80s bicycle movie.
E.T.?
No. I'm more of the E.T. speed. But there was an 80s bicycle movie that was very popular.
Okay.
Somebody knows it.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, that was her birthday present from me and the boys. But it was funny trying to get it because there's no bicycles anywhere. Hey, Vivajay.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Chris said, no, we had Miriam's birthday dinner. Unfortunately, she had to prepare it. I was at Sam's Club and Walmart getting stuff ready for camping.
Oh, wow.
It was funny because that was the phone call I got from Rachel. I guess I'm making my own birthday dinner now because I was out shopping for a bicycle that she didn't know about.
When someone says I'm going to make you lunch and then it's like 4 o'clock, you're like, what's up?
Okay. Chris said Miriam had tacos for dinner tonight, steak for lunch, Brazilian barbecue for dinner yesterday.
Ooh, yum.
Okay, Devin said, I've been recuperating well, Miriam, living off of 2 keto chows and a meal. Did I miss your birthday? Happy birthday.
Oh, I'm glad that
Renee
you did
is here. She
hey,
said,
Renee.
Got a pedicure and a brow wax. Never good when getting wax and you hear, oops.
Oh, gosh.
She had to oil the heck out of my hair to get it out.
I am so sorry. I'm sure Caleb would not want me to share this, but I'm going to go ahead and share this, that he came to me and he was like, we need to do something. I would like to have 2 of these. And I had to like wax his eyebrows. But yeah, I had kind of an oops and then just had to, go back in, take a little bit more off. It's funny. It reminded me of Robert Pattinson in the Twilight movie series. If you watch the Twilight, if you're a fan of the Twilight series, he really has like very thin eyebrows in the first one, and progressively as the series went on, he was like, stop messing with my eyebrows, and so they just get bigger and bigger and bigger until finally it just looks like he's got 2 caps over his eyeballs. But yeah, I thought, oh my gosh, you're about to get Twilight 1 eyebrows.
It's funny, I just noticed Constance said I don't buy grass-fed, but I think it was 85.15. It's funny, we used to buy only grass-fed, and then we started learning that pretty much all the grass-fed beef you buy like in a grocery store is coming from Australia. And then after having some conversations with Dr. Barry, we kind of like shifted over and we're like, you know what, we get what we get, whatever's the cheapest. And honestly, if you're not going to buy grass-fed and you're worried about the hormones and the antibiotics, buy the leaner one and add your own fat, since all of that stuff is stored in the fat. But honestly, the stuff that's grain-fed tastes better.
It was funny. Anthony has a friend that just got back from like a hunting trip in Tennessee and had brought him back some deer meat. And he was making deer burgers today. But if you're from Florida and you're not like a big hunter, you don't know what to expect. So like for you think deer should be like, oh, this is such a precious meat we've never had. This is so strange. It might as well be antelope. And so he's like, I can't believe I'm eating a deer burger. Like, this is really amazing, which anywhere else is not amazing, but It's amazing. And he goes, huh. And I was like, I know. It's like buffalo. It's very lean. So you need to add fat to it. You don't think about it being lean. Right. You think that it's going to have this amazing, distinct flavor. And it was the same thing for me for buffalo. Like, I thought buffalo was going to, like,
taste good, but you can very easily overcook it.
Yeah, you can. You really, really can.
Shonda said ground beef is high. I've seen 1 pound of ground beef at $20. I left it. Well, the one that they had at Winn-Dixie, and it was very little. The one they had at Winn-Dixie was on sale for $9.99 a pound, and I'm like, now I'm just gonna go home and do the frozen ones.
I want to say 2 months ago, my brother called me and said, "Go buy up a bunch of hamburger because we overthought, like at the supermarket where he works for, that we overthought COVID and bought up everything that we could get."
Yeah, for a while we were getting it for like $1.59 a pound.
And so then they had to dump it because you can only store so much. So they were like, "We're just gonna have to blow it out," and it was like, it was like $1.50 a pound.
Like the turkeys, when we learned that like turkeys, when you buy them in the grocery store, have probably been sitting in their freezer for 3 years.
4. It's 4 years. Usually the thawed out turkeys that you get, 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years.
That kind of shocked us.
That shocked me.
Christopher said beef price wasn't bad for a quarter of a cow.
See, that's excuse me. That's the better way to get it. If you can get it, if you can find a family farm, you probably are going to wind up paying less money.
Renee said, "I love that we can get sausages made with venison in our grocery store. So good. Never saw that growing up in Florida." Yeah.
Yeah, venison is really like a strange thing.
What does she have?
She has her favorite toy that I believe Tara got her that she is keeping forever. It's like a Kong type toy.
Yes.
And
I believe yes. Tara gave this to her, I don't know, 6 months ago?
And
I've never seen a dog be able to destroy a Kong toy.
And she
will not, look at this, she will not let us take this away.
It is her security blanket. I have absolutely thrown it out at least 4 times.
There you go.
And she loves it so much. Absolutely her favorite thing in the world. She's pulled it out of the trash.
Yes.
Because we have one of those automatic trash cans.
Which she knows how to open.
She knows how to open. She's pretty respectful of it. She doesn't go in it often. But if there's something that's really important, like, steak that somebody didn't eat or her Kong toy, she's going in it.
Karen said, "My husband and I love buffalo burgers. In fact, it's tonight's supper. I cooked them on avocado oil. Yum."
Yum, that's good. Yeah, when you add like a little bit of fat to it, I mean, it's delicious, but it was strange to me. I thought that it was going to taste like juicier, fattier. I don't know. I have this.
It's got a really good taste, but yeah, you have to
add elevated view of buffalo and deer.
The first time I had bison was when I was in Colorado, but at the time I only ever ate lean beef because grew up in the eat everything low fat.
Right.
So it tasted awesome to me.
Man.
Because I was used to only ever buying like 93.7 ground beef. But once you get used to eating like 80-20, 75-25.
Oh my goodness. That 75-25 or 80-20 hamburger is like fancy dinner aside. Like that's my favorite thing.
And it's funny because
or ribeye. Not ribeye, prime rib.
You think about the fact that 90-10 and 93-7, and on keto, so many people steer away from that because of the fat content, right? But if it's not that much more money, it's actually more economical to buy the 93.7
because it's not going to shrink.
Because it doesn't shrink as much, and then you could add in your own fat, so you're going to get a lot more actual beef to eat.
Right. That's true.
So, Renee said, "Pretty dang awesome that you and Miriam are here with us on your birthday."
Is that Caleb? Is that my Caleb saying happy birthday? Happy birthday, Caleb.
Where do you see your Caleb?
He was up at the top. Hello.
I did not see that.
Right there.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you, son.
Tara said, "All of our meat comes from a local farm. We get a mix of whatever he has every month. I'm planning my meals around whatever shows up."
Oh, I love that. That is really interesting because then you get a variety. It's like a natural variety that's worked in based on what the farmer has. And talk about fresh. Like, that is awesome.
Gail said, "I'm glad I never buy fresh. I never buy fresh whole turkeys."
You would never think that it's that old, but
he even told us a lot of the fresh, never frozen turkeys are frozen turkeys.
They're frozen turkeys.
So, I mean, it's funny because when we were camping, there were wild turkeys everywhere. And I was like, where's my shotgun? Where's my shotgun?
And it may not always be their intention for their turkeys to be frozen, but different grocery store chains will not receive meat unless they're at a certain temperature. And if there's somebody that's like, it has to be frozen, then that's what you got to get.
Your brother, I'm going to answer him because she's like, have we heard from your mother because she's not responding to a 5 p.m. text?
So my mom's doorbell is obviously broken because we went to go show her the bicycle and we rang the doorbell and the dog is barking and nothing. And
we were over there around 7, right?
Finally, I told Joe, I said, just go inside the house. And so he did, and she's just sitting there eating, and she's like, oh, I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, she's like, I heard the dog barking. I'm like, okay. So, but I'm just telling him because I know he's worried.
I don't want him to be worried. Well, he could like walk down to her house.
We all live within 4 doors of each other.
Yeah.
Just like go knock on the door.
Go knock on the door.
Okay. What did the buffalo say to his kid when he left for university? Bye, son. Bye, son. I love Chris
it.
sent me the most annoying YouTube channel. What was it called?
Oh, it's my mom. Mom. The Caleb, it says, it's me, mommy. I have Caleb's old computer. Mom,
your son is
Steven
worried.
is trying to get a hold of you.
So Chris sent me a YouTube channel called There I Ruined It.
Oh my gosh. We have to pass this on. So it's called There I Ruined It.
It's a month old. And the guy is taking songs like Bad and then putting them in a different genre of music. Like Michael Jackson's Bad but sung bluegrass. In bluegrass.
Yeah. And it's like Shake It Up by Taylor Swift, only heavy metal version of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, what was it called? There I Ruined It?
Yeah. And
guys, I have to pass it on. There I Ruined It.
And of course, Caleb thought it was hysterical.
That was my afternoon.
Yeah.
Because once you see it, you can't unsee it.
You can't unsee it.
Okay, so Yvette says, I hate to drain the meat. I just can't do it. I don't drain it. I will say that I will scoop it off, and I was so excited in the Two Crazy Ketos family group. I went live for, just like an hour on September 1st. And I was so glad to see that Tara also likes having the hot hamburger meat on top of lettuce.
Yeah.
Because I always felt like a weirdo that I liked that. And I seriously felt like I was at some sort of a meeting where I'm like, hi, my name is Rachel. And I like to have hot ground meat on top of my lettuce. Because some people are just like, ew, that's weird. But yes, that is my answer to draining the meat. I will just like pour the whole pan over the top of the lettuce.
Well, it's like when we make our meat, so we actually make it and then let it sit in there for a little while because you get all of the juices and it's like it's like sitting in there. But if you let it sit for about 5 minutes, it'll suck all that oil back up.
It will suck it back up.
Or you just pour it over the top. Chris just put up the There I Ruined It YouTube channel.
Yes, it is so awesome. Caleb, is the computer still logged into his Facebook and stuff? At my old job, if you left your computer unlocked, you would come back with all kinds of crazy posts on your Facebook feed. If my mom can figure out how to, she will absolutely schedule a date with a girl that she feels appropriate. Like it could be bad news for Caleb. Like she'll be having him signing up for classes, like pottery and things like that.
Tater's Mom Does Keto said is the 80s bike movie The BMX Bandits.
No, it's not that. As soon as I hear it, I will know it. It was two brothers that competitively cross-country biked. That was the name of that was what they did. It was two brothers. I remember that.
You're making me look this up, right?
Why?
Because
I'm
Chris.
You have to find it now. Hey guys, I have free cookies at my house. Come over and get some. Stuff like that. Yes. Oh my gosh, my mom would totally do that.
American Flyers.
American Flyers.
Isn't the internet awesome?
Has anybody gotten through a movie in their home without bringing IMDb into it? I don't
need IMDb. I just have Rachel.
I even get into a movie. I know, right? Who did I
What movie were we watching?
Oh man, it was Deep Blue Sea. Was it Deep Blue Sea? No. It was RV.
We were watching RV.
We were watching RV because of
course RV. So we watched RV and
We're the
Millers.
It's kind of naughty though. And we watched the Long Long Trailer obviously, but we were watching RV and I'm looking at the kid that is Robin Williams' son in the movie and I'm like, I know that kid. I know him. Who is he? And I was like, wait a second.
Stupid Rachel trick.
I think that he is the love interest in the Hunger Games. I think he's like the Peter guy. And so I look it up, and sure enough, that's who it is. Because I have this weird ability to see somebody when they're a child and then be able to know who they are as an adult. That's, of all the stupid human tricks to have, completely useless, but it is helpful when you're in a movie.
So Steph said, if I can find it as steak, HEB, at least ours, only has it ground like 2 pre-made burger patties. Okay.
Oh, where you can get like pre-made,
yeah.
The pre-made ones. We have enjoyed those. Different places that have it. Publix, it's very good. Now, sometimes, you know what I've been told by more than one person working at a meat store now is, do not buy anything that's like the pre-made that's got a tremendous amount of hot sauce seasoning on it.
Well, especially sausage.
The red sausage where it's like, oh, we just made this fresh today. Don't buy that, because usually what it is,
it's all the scraps, and then they use the paprika and stuff to hide what it looks like.
Because that red color, and anything that they're questioning, anything that the meat seems iffy, they douse it in that red seasoning and then shove it in a casing because the seasoning takes care of it.
Yep. Mommy said I called Steven. Thanks for relaying the message.
You're welcome. What are live streams for? But to inform my mother on her grandson's computer that her son is trying to reach her.
Chris said offload unnecessary tasks to a lower life form. I also don't remember calendar events, birthdays, or phone numbers.
Yeah, I'm terrible. Unless I put it in my planner, I have no idea what's going on.
You mean the planner that you can never find?
I have my planner in the kitchen right where I was using it.
Okay.
I use it a lot now when I write in my daily things.
Renee said, I like it when people cut a romaine head in half and grill it and then pour juicy hamburger all over that.
Oh, yes. Yes. It
Right
is
Family
delicious.
said, I can't eat grease right now, so Chris cooks it on the Blackstone and lets the begging puppies have it.
I do want to apologize, though. Honestly, because I just realized that we were talking about hamburger and lettuce, and Christopher's in here. And that is the most offensive thing to him. Slapstick Keto is not a fan of hamburger and lettuce together. I love you.
Constance says, Facebook reminds you of everything. Okay.
Yes, it does.
So this morning, I got up, Anthony and I go to work, I get in the car, I look in my phone, I don't have the notification anymore. Do I have it? Do I have it? And I pick up my phone and it says, I suggest you call Rachel for her birthday.
Well, thank you. I'm glad that, yeah. It should put
my phone told me to call her.
Your wife's birthday is today, and you better know that. You need that information.
Steph said, gotta watch the replay, was putting our cardboard tortillas up. Sorry.
Ooh, nice.
Let's see. Chris said, Rachel's planner. Here we go again.
I know. And now it's time for Joe Looks at His Phone segment of the live stream.
Actually, it's time that I go take your ice cream out of the freezer.
Yes, please. Oh my goodness. That's the most important, that is the most crucial part of the live stream, is get Rachel's ice cream out. Okay, so let's see. Constance says, Facebook reminds you of everything. Okay, so here's the only problem that I have with Facebook and autocorrect altogether. It seems like it tries to suggest to you all kinds of different words, like, oh, I think you have this wrong, let me change it. And a lot of times it's somebody's name that has like a different spelling, like it wants to spell my friend Kirsten's name Kristen, and it's like, no, I have to convince it over and over again that it's Kirsten. But I will say something that I would really regret, like happy birthday to somebody with a U and an R and an F. Doesn't correct it. Sends that fine. Why can't you stop me from looking like an idiot? You stop me from everything else.
I don't know. My
You stop
iPad,
me from being right.
Every time I type something, if I don't type it absolutely perfect, it repeats the word. So I don't know if I have to reboot or like reinstall the software on my iPad, but it's like the autocorrect. So if I type in and I forget to put an apostrophe, or if I spell it wrong, it puts what I wrote wrong and then right after it the correct way too. So I have to like double and triple check everything. And a lot of times, you know, you hit send and you're like, oh, I missed that. Usually it's on Chris and Miriam's live streams too.
I feel, yours, it's terrible. I tell him all the time, Chris and Miriam, that they are going to think that you're illiterate. Because it's like Chris. Hey Jojo.
Yeah.
It's like it's very weird.
Something's wrong.
I'm having an issue with Instagram. If I hashtag anything, it'll say the word and then it'll put A on the end of it. I don't know if is that at a Canadian setting where it's just like A after every single thing, or maybe it's set to Fonzie. I don't know. But like every single word that I've been typing lately, if it's after a hashtag, it puts an E on the end of it. And
Miriam says, "Oh, I want ice cream. Yummy." This is your fault, Miriam.
We did not discover this until Chris's birthday.
Yeah, so Miriam and Chris came here for Chris's birthday.
They make everything better.
We hadn't had Rebel ice cream in probably a year. Now, ever since you guys came here, Rachel's like, I want some of that cherry chip. And then what happened was we went camping. She was like, I really want ice cream. I'm like, there's a Publix down the street.
And I wanted cherry chip, but they didn't have it.
So she's like, can you go get me cherry chip? And they didn't have it, so I came home with this. And she was like, oh, that was awesome.
Chris and Miriam making life delicious. Talking about Chris and Miriam, I was actually talking to my aunt, Carolyn, who takes care of my great aunt, her mother, who is 93 years old. And she is in the hospital right now, after having a stroke. And she's having trouble eating. And so, of course, they began a protocol of Boost, Ensure, all of those things. So I was talking to her today about Keto Chow and how we really need to get that into all of the senior centers down here and the hospitals because, drinking a meal is so much easier. And she even said to me, she's like, I know it's just garbage. Like, what can I do? It's just sugar and garbage. And I wish there was something better. We need to get
the ready to drink.
Yeah.
Need the ready to drink, Chris.
But I think that if they could mix it with,
Yeah, but in a nursing home, they're not going to want to mix it.
Well, this is a hospital. This is a hospital. So but I wish that they would just consider that. Because I said, I'm going to send you some to just take a look at it when she gets out of the hospital and you're taking care of it at home, because it makes it easier for caretakers as well, right? Because it's a lot for her as a caretaker of a senior person trying to have her job and stuff like that, but then also make sure that her elderly mother gets all of the nutrients that she needs.
Yes. Christopher said, I go to a restaurant and say burger with no bun. The reply is always, do you want it with lettuce?
Want some lettuce?
Lettuce better not touch that burger.
I love his face. The only faces that I love more than Christopher's face is his kids' because they're adorable. But like I can totally picture Christopher saying like, that lettuce better not touch my burger, okay? Like I can see his face.
Chris said, I had a buddy whose brother added manual overrides to his mom's iPhone that would autocorrect common words to things like yabba dabba dab.
Aww.
That would be, talk about a funny gag. Put in like a word that somebody constantly like types and then go into their iPhone and put it as a shortcut.
Yeah.
Like I have like on my phone, like if I type in 2KK web, it will automatically change it to www.2krazyketos.com, so that if somebody says like, what's your website, I can just type 2KK web, all one word. So it'd be funny if I went into your phone secretly and then typed like love and turned like love into some weird sentence every time you typed love, because you type that a lot.
I do.
It would just put some long sentence. That'd be kind of funny. It's a good gag. Gotta do that to somebody.
I love
do that
people.
To the kids.
Yeah, I do say love a lot. I love you guys.
And you love her.
I love you, Tabitha.
Shauna said, I had to change my best friend's name in my phone from Deborah Lynn to DL because Bixby never got it. I don't see a contact of Neverland.
I don't understand what it gets so huffy about. There's some words that it just doesn't care about, but it's like that. You know what it is? It's that paperclip. Remember the Microsoft Word paperclip? He was not a welcome character in my life, and he had strong opinions about everything that I tried to get. In fact, that was one of the reasons.
Get down. You gotta get off. She's like in a very lovey mood tonight.
She's like super lovey. One thing, I gave her a bath, and she gets very like lovey when she gets a bath. Like, hey, I'm looking good, I'm smelling good, and I'm feeling it.
Miriam said we are the worst. Never hang out with us over the ice cream.
You're the best.
Steph said only one night instead of stupid phone telling Hillary to get dog food is she had money. It told her something about pulling money out of her butt.
Oh my gosh. Well, I sent a thing to Joe one time and I said, have a great day, honey. And it said, have a great day, homie. And I'm like, I don't think I've ever used that word before.
He said Shelly just made them homemade chocolate ice cream.
Ooh.
Christopher said, I miss being able to get Rebel coffee chip and black raspberry. I can't find them anymore.
Huh.
Chris said, I like to give people the benefit of the doubt when they have trouble spelling over text message and email. I hope they extend the same grace to me.
Oh, yes. I still have to spell out everything. In fact, you're using shortcuts for stuff. I will still be like, if someone says, what's this website? And I will actually type out www.
I type out www.
krazyketos.com. I type out everything. I can't even do that, like, where are you? With like an R and a U.
I don't like that.
I have to type out everything. It's a
Come
pet
on,
peeve.
you gotta get off, baby.
Come on, let's go. Let's go night-night.
Christopher said I had double maple pecan keto chow for dinner tonight. Ooh, that sounds like really, really good.
She is like very lovey.
Yep.
She gets okay. So here's Tabitha is going through this really weird phase now, where if I try to give treats to anybody else, I try to give treats to the cats, I try to give treats to Grayson, or I try to give treats to the chickens, she insists that she wants it. So whatever it is, cracked corn, she wants it. A grape, she wants it. Tuna cat treats, she wants it. All of it. All of the treats. All of the love.
Mike and Lynn said keto chow should be in all nursing homes. I agree.
I really
yes,
believe
Chris.
that.
Mine actually types out HTTPS because usually it's trying to insert it into a YouTube video or something like that, and without that, it won't work with a hyperlink.
Isn't that funny?
Lynn said favorite Rebel flavor is plain strawberry, but stores here that carry it all switch to the flavors that have the stuff in them. No more plain strawberry or chocolate.
That's unfortunate because Caleb is a plain Jane guy. Mm-hmm. Like he will get ice cream, chocolate. Well, chocolate and what? Just chocolate? I'm like, what? There's like a million flavors out there. And he's like, yeah, but I know what I like.
This is honestly like a huge treat for us because I mean, if you eat this whole pint, you're eating 54 total carbohydrates. Yes, you are only eating 6 net carbs, but yeah.
I feel like I'm getting more than 6 probably.
We're going with total carbs or a variation thereof. But if you eat the entire pint, you're eating 560 calories. That's not a lot of ice cream compared to if we make an entire keto chow ice cream, like the whole shake. Mm-hmm. Can do it for about 450 to 500 calories,
and it's
but
delicious.
Be at like 8 or 9 total carbs and like 1 or 2 net carbs.
And if I'm honest, if I'm really honest,
and the flavors taste better.
The flavors taste better. It's like it's your birthday, so you feel like you should do something different than you normally do.
But you get like a quarter of as much of this as you do in the keto chow ice cream.
But I get way more making a keto chow ice cream, and I get a variety of flavors that I love. So it's kind of funny. So today our birthday dinner was the hamburgers with cheddar and bacon that I love, Joe's bacon.
With onions and peppers, which is something we never put on top of our burgers.
But I'm just saying it was homey, right? It was, the mug cake we've made a million times, the cheese biscuit mug cake type thing. It wasn't fancy, but it was awesome. Right. That's the funny thing. It's so funny that we always have to hey, we got to elevate this because there's a special occasion.
I like the way we elevate the keto chow ice cream. But we put a bag of cereal school into it.
Cereal school ice cream. Cereal school cereal with a keto chow ice cream is where it's at. It is the ice cream and the cone together.
Everything together. Miriam said, when I was a girl, I would sneak into the fridge, grab lettuce leaves. This was iceberg, too. I like lettuce. It's like water that you can crunch. I like iceberg. I know iceberg has got, no nutrition at all, though none of it has nutrition. I love iceberg wedges.
Am I the only person who has noticed that since you've been on keto, that lettuce is sweeter?
It is.
Lettuce tastes sweet now.
Don't ask Christopher.
Yeah. It is. It tastes sweet.
My hubby changed when I type his name. It says Sir, Master, Sir.
Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, my gosh. If I typed in your name and Sir, Master, Sir came up, boy, he would have something to answer to.
That is hysterical.
That is awesome.
Steph said, I have to give all my babies cheese when making our soup earlier, cheesy chicken meatball soup. Ooh, that sounds good.
That does sound good.
Brianna said, when I say to my car, call Alex Probst, it repeats back, call Alex probably EST. Cracks me up every time.
It's funny what it hears. It's also strange. Have you had Alexa listen in on your conversations and randomly butt in without your even knowing? Like, you haven't asked her anything and she suggests something out of the blue and you're like, oh my gosh, she's listening all the time, isn't she? Even when you say stop listening, I feel like she's listening anyway, and because sometimes she just interjects in the middle of a conversation. Do you find that to be true?
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
Shelly said, ice cream is so easy to make. Heavy whipping cream, egg yolks, and whatever flavor. Yeah, it is super easy to make. Honestly, though, I mean, again, I like the keto chow because I just like the way, the texture. I like the volume you get for the amount of calories. But the bottom line is, when you, especially because once in a while you can get this buy one, get one free.
Yeah.
I mean, regular price for here is like $6 a pint. But to make that much, when it comes to like heavy whipping cream and stuff, it's not that different in price, especially if you're going to use better eggs and stuff like that.
Right.
I mean, because heavy whipping cream here, it's like $4 for a pint.
I just wanted to share one sale.
What?
Anthony mentioned today, hey, Publix has the Kerrygold sliced cheese.
Yes.
Buy one, get one free.
So if you have a Publix near you.
And he goes, and I got one. And I said, well, I hope you got two, because they're buy one, get one free. I hope you didn't leave the free one at the store. And he was like, oh, no, I got the free one.
Renee said, I eat ice cream less than 5 times a year. The Enlightened bars with peanut butter marshmallow or the Enlightened coffee chip on rare occasions.
The peanut butter marshmallow is my jam.
This is the third time we will have eaten ice cream other than a review in probably a year. We eat the keto chow ice cream, but we get the stuff for review. It goes in the freezer. Usually Rachel's mom will stay in our freezer until somebody else comes and grab it. Except for one of our kids. The one thing I was always like, don't give them the bars. We like the bars.
Yeah.
And one of our kids left the freezer open just a little bit, and the bars were towards the front, and we lost all of our Enlightened bars.
Yeah.
So it's
we usually share our ice cream.
Probably a good thing. We share all the pint. Everybody can eat the pint.
And with our nephews too, because our nephews just went on
We always
keto.
like having that. So whenever they come over, you want to give your nephews like a little treat, but we're not giving you sugar.
It's so funny because now that they're on keto, because they're 7th grade and 2nd grade, and they just looked at me like, we can have this? Like ice cream?
But we were giving it to them beforehand. We just never told them it was keto.
They just never realized
Nobody ever knew.
Because we always tell people that, do not Lion King a keto product. Don't be like, this is no sugar. Because then they'll be like, oh, I think it tastes weird. And they won't know if you don't tell them.
Yeah. It's like Ask Anthony. I mean, Anthony and I filmed the keto box, which I think is going to do tomorrow. I'm going to put out tomorrow if I can finish editing it. And like, he'll go through and he's like, yeah, this is awesome. Keto or not, and then of course, if it's like not good, he's blatantly honest.
He's so reserved.
I will warn you, there's a couple of things that he just spit out in that video.
Is he embarrassing mommy in that video?
A little bit.
I'm sorry. I'd like to publicly apologize as his mother. Sorry.
Tara said, Parrot Head Renee, I don't know. I spent a fortune on litter boxes that are dog proof because that gross dog. Our dog too.
There is a Saturday Night Live skit that is called Litter Critters. Yeah, Litter Critters.
Oh, it's because Renee said, what is with the attraction of Tootsie Rolls and dogs? My girl has a radar for it in the backyard as a stray cat frequents.
Oh my gosh. Litter Critters.
Rachel tried. She's like, well, I don't know what's going on because somebody keeps not going in the litter box. They're going right outside of the litter box.
Roscoe likes to poop just outside the litter box as if he knows where he should poop.
He's getting old and doesn't want to go outside as much. But Rachel's like, maybe we should get a litter box that doesn't have a lid on it. I'm like,
that was a mistake.
That is a horrible idea.
Tabitha thought we opened a Golden Corral in the kitchen. because it was like a free-for-all.
And she always wants to lick you.
So now I had to change the litter box again to have a lid on it.
You need to get rid of the plastic bag. They don't like that plastic bag.
I know, but it makes cleaning it up
but they
so
don't like
better.
it, so they're not using it.
Well, tough titty, kitty. But
you just got us demonetized again.
Sorry. But if you have not tried and been thinking about trying the one that automatically cleans, like
don't do that.
Don't do it. It scares the fool out of them, and then they don't want to use any litter box at all for a while.
Yeah.
That really messed up our house.
Tara said it's just the hound. Hounds are gross. Steph said, Rachel, I've been trying to post what I eat in a day. Posted today earlier, and I gave the recipe to the soup if y'all want to try it.
Oh, thank you.
That sounds
yes.
Good. Yeah, absolutely.
I actually saw that she had posted for the soup. Yes, I do want it because I'm a soup girl. I love soups. Mm-hmm. I really, really do. Yep. And especially as we're going into the fall time, it doesn't matter if the temperature doesn't change in Florida. If I know that this is supposed to be soup season, that's what I want to eat. It's the same thing with pumpkin spice. I got so excited. Wawa, some of them, the one right by our house doesn't have it. The one on vacation had it. Pumpkin spice coffee is here at Wawa. Right. And it is delicious. Like, it is such a good blend.
Right Family said Google listens to conversations.
They only had blueberry at our local.
You like the blueberry?
I like it cold.
Right Family said Google listens to conversations. Yes, so does Facebook. So if I open up Facebook right now, I guarantee you there's going to be like bicycle stuff showing up in here, right? Let's see.
Anything that you talk about, all of a sudden you
potty time.
That's what I posted.
Keto chow. Bicycle. Look at that. Himway bike. Third thing down. Shows up because we're talking about, well, and I never Googled it or internet. It's just because it heard me talking about bicycles. It's like really, really scary.
It's a little scary.
The algorithms are insane.
Do you ever think, I don't want to mess with them.
I've had things where I was just thinking it and didn't even say it and it showed up. It really does, because you can Google some off thing. Like, I was looking for one of the plug-in coolers, like not the Dometic brand, but there's some off brands that where you can plug them in. They're 12 volt or AC, but they can freeze down to -4 degrees in 30 minutes.
So we can keep your kidney cold.
Well, I'm talking about for camping. Oh, instead of buying a lot of ice, having a second cooler with that for that.
Okay.
And because
not for a travel trailer.
No, but it would be a cooler that you can keep for later. Because the Dometics are like $1,000, but you could buy some on Amazon that are like $300. That's all that shows up in my feed now, is like these different coolers that like use like 2 watts per hour.
I feel like I should spell it, but have you ever shopped for insurance? And then that's it. Your feed, your phone is burnt up, every email, everything.
Rachel had me get the
trailer insurance.
The trailer insurance, and then also the roadside for having a trailer.
It's the only people we know now.
And they call like 25 times a day.
At least, and from all over. And today I got snagged by a bunch of them because I didn't know if it was like a happy birthday wish, and I didn't want to like not answer the phone. And I answered the phone.
I told you don't answer the phone.
I made some friends. I did make friends. I just wanted to give an update. Ruth's new mom. We made friends. We talk on Facebook. She sent me a happy birthday today. He's living his best life right now. I'm so happy.
Okay, so let's read a few more. Shelly said, I have an automatic litter box, but the dog is sometimes faster. So we had an automatic litter box years ago. I want to say it was Roscoe, and that's what happened is it went off with him in. And that was he would not use a litter box for like 6 months, and that's where he actually shifted to going outside. It's just that now he's 14 years old, and he's kind of like, yeah, I don't really want to go outside as much anymore.
I'll go where I want to.
The good thing about Roscoe is 99% of the time, if he doesn't go outside, he goes into the shower, which is disgusting, but at least he's going into the bathroom.
It's not what you want to wake up to in the morning.
At least he's not like going in the furniture and all that kind of stuff.
Although I just want to put out there right now.
If we could just get him to go into the toilet, it'd be really good.
You may not believe that there is a God, but I can tell you with certainty that there is a God because I woke up out of a dead sleep one morning just in time to stop our Roomba from hitting a giant pile of his poop. Can you imagine if that Roomba reached his poop pile, and what would it have done to our house, our baseboard? We would have had to move.
We would have.
Like, I woke up out of nowhere. There is no reason for me to woke up except for God was like, yo, you need to deal with this like right now.
Chris said, I just heard that I'm a Barbie girl when Rachel said I'm a soup girl.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
Tara said, I wonder if Roscoe would do better with a ramp since he's older.
Maybe.
Might work.
It's so funny. He wants to eat on top of the cabinet because he doesn't want to deal with Tabitha.
And if you put it on the floor, Tabitha's going to eat it.
Right. So, like, we put him up, but now he used to like to climb up, like, you know, he liked to parkour up to the top of the cabinet to eat.
He can't make the jump
anymore.
anymore.
So he just comes to you and is like, hey, I need you to parkour me. So, like, we parkour him up to the top.
So Shelly wants to know if we're buying the Bones Fall flavors. Yes, I am buying the pumpkin one and the apple one.
Yes! Okay, Shelly, I have to ask you, do you eat the coffee beans almost as much as you drink the coffee? Because the coffee beans, chewing on them, delicious. Delicious.
Christopher said, everybody get their tickets to Dr. Barry's event for next weekend.
Yes.
So
we're going to be there.
Yeah, we are going to be there. Steph said, it's Big Brother listening in. Yes, it is.
It freaks you out, right?
Renee said, I bought some Starbucks brand ground pumpkin spice coffee and I was so disappointed. I shouldn't have wasted my money. I don't like SBs anyway.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Starbucks.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It wasn't Bones. She got Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Okay. Sometimes Starbucks, I love them, and then sometimes they're not great. We just threw out a big bag of Starbucks, and it's not cheap either.
No, it was old, I think, though.
Was it
Renee
the Costco
said,
one?
Yeah, is the Bones brand more pronounced with the pumpkin flavor? I have not tried that yet. She said, I found some sugar-free syrups too, but not great ingredients. Okay, so if you want to see something, and it's something we'd actually talked about, but she jumped to it, and that's good. Nisha put out a video yesterday, or maybe the day before.
Nisha loves it.
Yep.
Nisha Berry.
So Chris and Miriam can put a link for me. She put a thing going over because she loves pumpkin spice coffee, and so she put up a video going over like from like the best way to have pumpkin spice coffee to the worst one. And like all supposedly keto friendly. So go watch that. She goes over all of the different syrups, which one she uses, like the Jordan Skinny syrups, which Jordan Skinny syrup she likes, which one she doesn't. She talks about the Power Creamer, which I'm waiting for them to send us some for a review for the Power Creamer. But she goes over all the different specifically ways to get pumpkin spice coffee flavor.
You know what's one of the weirdest conversations I've had with my mom recently was I need to go to TJ Maxx because I need to buy some groceries.
I will say, if you like pumpkin spice, they just announced, and we have a link down below, Super Coffee brought back the pumpkin spice.
I love that one.
And you like that one.
I love that one.
So that one is really good. That just re-released. So if you want a creamer to get a pumpkin spice coffee, the one from Kai2 Super Creamer is really, really good.
And I like it because you get 3 tablespoons in a serving. It's really, really flavorful. It's not weak, and it adds all of the goods. And I still think it's like, what is it, like 50 calories? It's not a lot of calories.
Something like that.
It's really good.
Okay, Renee said, true story, worked in pediatric clinic. A kid pooped and chunks fell on the floor. Other kids ran through it and it was everywhere within seconds.
Oh my gosh. I'd be like, I've got to go home. I think my mom's calling me. Like, I got to go. One time, because for the first year of Caleb's life, I was the office manager of an electrical engineering firm, and I had to bring him to work. There was just, I couldn't afford to, I couldn't afford to have daycare, and my boss couldn't afford to lose me. So it was a perfect combination. So I would have him, take a nap. He was in a pack and play in my office, an hour every day. And I remember coming in there and I thought to myself, who gave this child a piece of chocolate before he went to nap? Nobody. Right. That wasn't chocolate. And let me tell you, he got that thing everywhere. Everywhere. It was like, I'm out. This was not in the parenting brochure.
Shauna said, sorry for me, the only time for pumpkin spice is never. Pumpkin spice is another thing that, like, yeah, it's like people love it or they hate it.
You're not a real huge fan of it.
I know, I love pumpkin. But I've never been a pumpkin spice coffee person. But, like, Christopher's asking, is it maple pumpkin? I believe the one for, I think he's right. I think the super coffee is maple pumpkin.
But I don't say it's got maple. It's more pumpkin spicy.
But he doesn't like spice, and he can't have cinnamon. And so that's the huge thing for him is that if it's spice, it almost always is going to have cinnamon. So
I don't think it's super strong.
I have to double check it.
Yeah.
Renee said, I saw that Nisha uses pumpkin power creamer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carl said, I made a homemade one today. It was great.
I was just going to say that Nisha loves it. Yeah.
Yep. Shauna said, I kicked my Starbucks habit thanks to COVID. Our drive-thru is horrible. No Starbucks since March. Lots of extra vacation money in my jar. Yes. So pre-keto, we went to Starbucks 3-4 times a week. Rachel always got coffee, and I drank a lot of Frappuccinos. And I thought I was being good. I would get the, what was it, the espresso? No syrups, like just the espresso. And like light, it was like skim milk, espresso, and then a little bit of whipped cream on it. And I thought I was being good because when you went by the nutrition compared to all of the other ones, it was like half the calories and everything else. But I did not realize, because we didn't know any better, that they were putting all of those, you know, simple syrups in there, you know, and the classic syrup. So it wasn't any better. But we would have so many free things because they had the STAR program. Every week we were earning a free drink between us and the kids. So when we went on keto and quit the Starbucks, like all of a sudden we're like, we have money like for a lot of things because we were probably spending like $75, $100 a month easy on Starbucks.
Well, and I do think, and we've said before when we did a thing about coffees and stuff like that, that, you know, you still need to reward yourself for adulting. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think you need to reward yourself for adulting. And I definitely advise taking that money, that budget that you had for coffee, and it was a real budget for me. Like when I was, you know, working out of the home every single day, it was $4 every single morning without fail. And I was getting a regular plain coffee, but it was $4 every single day times 5 days a week working. That's $20.
Yep.
And what? $80 a month. $80 a month, treat yourself with something really nice. Like upgrade your meat. Go ahead and throw some ribeye steaks in there if you're not already budging for that. Move up to the Kerrygold butter. Get the better eggs. And, you know, just enjoy stuff because I think that, you know, when you work that out of yourself, maybe get a pedicure or something that, you know, just makes you feel special. Buy a new shirt, buy a pair of shoes, something with that money. I don't think that you should just get rid of that budget and don't do anything to reward yourself. I think you should just find something else to reward yourself with.
Okay. Shauna said baristas would fight over who knew my specialty order best. My 16-year-old nephew went with me one time. All the baristas yelled, "Hey, Shauna!" He said, "Is this your Cheers bar?"
That is so cute. I mean, that's really nice. I feel like that camaraderie.
Yeah. Gail said, "I never understood."
Now it's just your butcher.
Oh yeah.
You come into Publix and they're like, "Hey."
Well, for me, it's Buffalo Wild Wings. I walk in and the girl's like, "Hey, Joe." Gail said, I never understood the hype with Starbucks. Coffee is way too strong. It's way too strong.
It gives me
twice the caffeine, and it actually gets you addicted. They do it on purpose. It gets you addicted to it.
If there's a coffee that can give me the shakes, beware. Yep. Beware.
Yeah, Chris said it's about consistent product and experience worldwide, just like McDonald's. No matter where you go, it is what it is. Yep. Yeah. That's, I mean, they're really, really, really good at marketing.
Yeah, they are.
Shelly said, I'm sure it is better. We don't have any local shops. I did find High Brew out of Austin.
Nancy.
Released a nitro to HEB limited. Okay.
You know, I definitely think that we should do a tour of gas station coffees because I'm telling you, the gas stations are where it's at. Now, I understand that people want to go to, you know, a Dunkin' Donuts or a Starbucks because they're thinking, I don't have to get out of the car. I understand. Sometimes I want to get, you know, coffee and I don't want to have to necessarily wear pants.
Right.
Right? So I don't want to get out of the car. But I'm telling you, some of these gas stations like Wawa and Cumberland Farms are really stepping up their coffee game, and it is
like 99 cents to $2.
And it's like 99 cents, and it is delicious, and it's all being like fresh brewed too.
Yeah. Gail said that she just makes her coffee at home every morning. So do we. Once in a blue moon, like if I'm going out and I got to run an errand in the morning, I'll just grab Rachel a cup from Wawa. But 99% of the time, we make it at home. It's been 35 minutes. Are you ready to eat this?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, we're going to get off because the ice cream is going to melt.
It's time
Shauna said I discovered Keto Americano at Dutch Brothers last weekend. Way less than Starbucks. So good.
There's, a couple of local places too. Sometimes I will meet people for coffee as like for a meeting because they'll want to go out to lunch, and sometimes they don't know how to handle me being keto. So I'll say, let's just meet for coffee because it's just easier. But oh my gracious, taking them out to coffee, it's like $6 a cup of coffee for black coffee.
Yep.
Like, no, let's go to Wawa.
Okay, we're going to get off and go eat ice cream.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for making my life better. Not just today's birthday special, but you guys give me a reason to get up every single morning, and I just appreciate you. Thanks for that.
Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Don't forget to hit the little like button on your way out. Hit the little bell button so you're notified every time we upload a new video. Tomorrow's video should be the one with Anthony and I trying this month's keto box.
Right from the get-go.
And then we have on Monday is our, what is it called? Keto on the Couch. And we have a couple more videos coming up. So.
Until next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. We love you.